The pain of love. Sometimes, the only way out of pain is to burn through it. Isabella had always believed in forever. The kind of love that wakes you up with breakfast in bed and kisses you to sleep at night. For 5 years, she thought she had it, until it all shattered in a single message on her husband's phone. Sophie. Last night was perfect, Sophie. The name meant nothing to her, but the betrayal meant everything. Her knees gave out that day. Not from weakness, but from the brutal weight of disillusionment. Ethan, the man who had once memorized her favorite kind of tea and knew exactly where to kiss her when she was sad, had turned into someone else. A stranger with secrets, a man with another woman's lipstick on his soul. He didn't deny it, just stood there, silent, like a coward, like he knew his silence would sting more than any excuse ever could. 3 months passed, each day slower than the last. Isabella moved out of their loft. She sold her wedding ring, bought herself a vintage leather jacket with the money. She got bangs, started Pilates, learned how to moan from effort, not from heartbreak. But the nights, they still bled. Her fingers would trace the empty side of the bed like muscle memory. Her body remembered things her heart wanted to forget. The weight of him, the rhythm of their intimacy, the way his voice dropped when he whispered her name. She hadn't touched anyone since, not out of loyalty, out of fear that no one else would know how to touch her the right way, out of fear that she wouldn't feel anything at all, until him. Lucas was trouble the minute she saw him. Tall, tattooed, that dangerous calm of someone who had seen too much and survived it. He was a friend of a friend, showed up at a rooftop gathering with whiskey in one hand and a quiet smirk in the other. They didn't speak much that night, just looked. But in that look, something shifted, like her body woke up from a coma, like it whispered, "That one. Try again." Their first real conversation happened in a bookstore. She was browsing poetry. He reached for the same rupee kaur collection. "Let me guess. You just got your heart broken?" he asked, half-smile playing on his lips. She laughed, dry. "What gave it away? You're reading poems that bleed, not the kind that heal. And you? I just like watching women find pieces of themselves in someone else's words." Something in her cracked, opened, invited. The first kiss was reckless. It happened in the back of his car after too many drinks and not enough denial. She climbed onto his lap, thighs tightening around his hips, lips devouring his, like she needed to consume him to forget herself. He tasted like smoke and something dark, maybe vengeance, maybe understanding. He didn't ask questions, just touched her like he already knew the answers. Hands under her shirt, fingers digging into her waist, his mouth tracing the skin under her jaw, slow and deliberate. She gasped when his teeth scraped her collarbone, and he smiled against her neck. "Still bleeding?" he whispered. "Yes." "Good. Then you're still alive." The second time wasn't a mistake. It was planned. She wore red lace, heels too high, lipstick too bold. Lucas opened the door wearing nothing but black jeans and a look that promised destruction. They didn't talk, just undressed. Her back hit the wall of his apartment. His hands were on her thighs, lifting her, pinning her. His lips found her nipples, sucking, biting, making her gasp and grab at his shoulders. He carried her to the bedroom like she weighed nothing, or maybe like she was the only thing that mattered. When he slid into her, slow and deep, she nearly cried. Not from the pleasure, from the truth, that she still could feel, that someone else could enter her without needing permission from her past. They moved like fire, hard, wet, unforgiving. Lucas knew exactly how to ruin her, where to press, how to pull her hair, what to whisper in her ear to make her come undone. "You're not broken," he murmured as she clenched around him. "You're just waking up." Days turned into weeks. They didn't define what they had. It wasn't love, not yet, maybe never, but it was honest. She'd show up with wet hair and no makeup. He'd have coffee ready, shirtless, eyes lazy from sleep or sex, or both. Sometimes they didn't even fuck. Sometimes they just laid in bed, her fingers tracing the ink on his arms, his thumb stroking the inside of her wrist. Once she cried, naked, trembling, her body wrapped in his sheets. "I hate that I still miss him," she whispered. "I know," he replied. "That's how love works. It scars. But scars aren't weakness, they're survival." He kissed her forehead, and she realized something. Lucas wasn't the antidote. He was the mirror, showing her what still hurt, what still burned, and what still lived. One night, she found herself dancing in her kitchen, music loud, wineglass full. Lucas watched from the doorway, shirtless, smiling like she was the first sunrise he'd ever seen. "You look happy," he said. "I think I am," she answered, spinning into his arms. And when he kissed her that time, it wasn't about forgetting Ethan. It wasn't about proving she could feel again. It was about now, about her, about the woman who had died in a heartbreak and come back to life with fire in her veins. Because the pain of love doesn't always destroy you. Sometimes it sets you free.